What's up, y'all? Curly hair today. My hair is naturally curly, and it would probably be even more curly, like ping, 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 than this if I didn't flat iron it all. But my tricks to do my curls, I'll have my hair freshly washed, and then I use Shea Moisture Curl Milk. So I comb my hair in the shower while it's has the conditioner in it. You know, I'm doing that. And then after that, I wash it all out. And then I kind of let it dry a little bit so it's not sopping when I put the Curl Milk Moisture by Shea Moisture in there. Curl Milk, yeah. And then so I put that in it, you know, I spread it in the ends more than the tops because my tops get greasy over time. And then I'll just take little sections, use my Demon brush, it's a knockoff I got from Marshall's. And then I'll just like pull it straight with my brush and then jiggle it out. And then I let it rest, you know. Don't touch the curls, you'll mess them up, keep them frizz-free, okay? So then that's what I do, I wait for them to dry. And they were dry at about 11, and I did it about 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3 hours to air dry. And then so you'll get big like sections like this that'll stick together. If you want those clumps, you can keep them. You don't have to spread them apart, they might like each other. But you just spread it like that. And then it's usually more flat once it dries. So you just put your hands in here, shake out those puppies, fluff it up, make it look like your thin hair is more than what it really is. And ta-da, that's how I got it styled. What's up, y'all? Okay, so those of you who saw my curly hair, how I kind of create the dimensions of my curls in my video on my feed and then also on my IGTV. So this is second day of curls. So I'm going to tell you what I did. So when you have curls and how you sleep on it, I didn't wash it at all. This is called the pineapple, and this is how I sleep with them. So I put all my hair upside down, and I'll use one of these cool ties. Do it twice. And so my curls are sleeping up here so they don't get mushed at all by me on my pillow. And then satin pillow is the trick because satin pillow doesn't absorb oils, so your curls can stay moist. And see, they're just staying like that. So in the morning, I'll just take it out, and it'll be a little messier than this, but to add a little bit moisture back into it, I take my water bottle, just spray my curls, and you don't run fingers through curls. Just if you see a girl with curly hair, don't be like, oh, your hair. Like, you just don't do that. Okay. And then so I spritz everything with water and I smooth it all in, smooth it down, and then it dries like this. So my hair is thinner. So if I put more product in it, the next day before I rewash it again, it becomes heavy and the curls just don't look as good. So that's my trick. This is day 2 of the curls, and I hope you guys are learning about curly hair. It took me a while to learn how to do it, and my mom actually, she's white, my dad's black. She had no idea how to do curly hair. And the advice she was getting from other African American women were for not my hair type. It was for more of a kinkier 340A, they have different numbers, for the curl hair type. So she was putting all this product in my hair and it would just like crunch up my curls and make it look bad. But now that there's so many YouTube videos out there and different girls that have this type of curls that try different things, I finally kind of got a handle of how to work with them. All right, y'all, so some of you might know I train on an app called Trainiac, and we are kind of doing our little bio thing. And I wanted to share with you guys my bio so you know a little bit more about me and how I got into fitness. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of read it word for word so it's not too lengthy and I go off on tangents, but that'll probably happen. So fitness started out for me when I was a child. I was very self-aware of people's actions and emotions outside of myself. It occurred to me a lot of adults were complaining about their health, and it seemed downright sad that they couldn't be energetic with their children as my parents had been with me growing up. This made me initially want to be healthy, to try to live as long as I could without any health issues. I always wanted to be that person to live to be like 100 years old and just really take care of my body and show it with age, I guess. And then second, of course, is vanity. So seeing a bodybuilding couple at a state fair when I was about 12 years old made me realize I wanted to be just like that, and I knew I was going to be just like that. I started doing workouts that were in teen magazines. I'd do it on weekends. I would do it before school, or if there was like a swim party, I would be doing abs, so my abs would pop at the swim party. So I was a like fitness dork, basically, from the born, and I would do like this like donkey kicks and booty builders and all that stuff when I was 12, 13. Just in my bedroom, just doing them. Then high school came, and I had been in PE class my freshman year, and I was nearly failing the class. And it wasn't due to lack of fitness, but lack of me wanting to study the history of badminton. We had to take a test and pass that stuff, and I didn't want to study that book because that stuff, it just didn't matter to me. I didn't want to study the history of it. And I couldn't tell you what happens in basketball or football or volleyball or any of that. I'm not a sports critic or whatever, someone who knows sports that well, besides track. Needless to say, the following year, I decided to take weights class my sophomore year instead of the PE. So now in my high school, there was a contest. It was called Mr. and Mrs. Flex, and this is where the men would flex their calves and the women would flex their biceps. And this was for seniors only. So your freshman year, when you had homecoming, there'd be a Mr. and Mrs. Flex, and the guys would flex their calves and the women would flex their biceps. And I'm like, I'm gonna do that. I am going to be Mrs. Flex senior year. Like, that was important to me, was to just do that. So I knew my freshman year I was going to win that dang Mrs. Flex title with a sash and all. So backtracking, I realized nearly failing PE put me on the right course for this goal in a lifetime of reached dreams. So needless to say, I won that gun show and worked for it for 3 years. But you know, you have to, because it's freshman to senior year, but I started really training my sophomore year. In present date now, I compete for WBFF and for WBFF sashes, and just won my first title with Miss Diva Fitness USA in December of 2019. So like sashes and queenliness and all that stuff has always kind of been on the forefront of, I feel like, destiny, you know. It's just like pushing me to wear sashes and crowns, because I would always grow up watching like movies and there was like homecoming queen and they'd always win, but I was a tomboy. In the back of my mind, I kind of always wanted to do that, but I'm like, no, that's like not, that's too girly. So in high school, I wasn't a popular kid at all. I was more a loner. I kind of did my own thing. But senior, junior year, you'd always hear my name on the morning announcements. Afton won this cross-country race. So people would hear my name, so it was familiar. But anyway, my friend, she put me up for homecoming queen. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't think I was going to win. I wasn't a popular kid. But I had, like, the younger kids' votes because I was nice to them. And I, like, hung out with the younger kids instead of always the kids my age. So she put me up for it and, like, had me in my powder puff gear, like, looking like this. I'll have to put the photo up. In my, like, camouflage, looking like a hard ass. And I freaking won that. Sash and crown, like... I don't know, y'all.